Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to another review for FSX and P3D. This episode we are going to be reviewing the latest release from Iris Simulations in Australia and the wonderful team there. We've got the Grob G115, also known as the Grob Tutor. Now this aircraft has a pretty interesting history, which we're going to get to as we sort of move on into this video. But first, as always, we're going to have a look at the exterior model, and then we're going to shuffle on in the inside, have a look at the office, as it were, before we do a quick sort of circuit around the airfield here. And we're going to have a bit of fun, a bit of flying, and of course, you'll get my final review and thoughts after it as well. So, alright, as you can see here, we've got an amazing external model, very clean, very detailed, with some texture sets which are, as a texture sort of person myself, yeah, absolutely to die for. These textures really are. So, absolutely amazing. We've got beautiful detail here. The reflectivity on the surfaces, because it is a full carbon fiber sort of material, this aircraft. This is one of the things that I've always loved about Iris simulation aircraft, just the way they get that the way they get that reflectivity, and the way it just looks is just absolutely amazing. It really is. And we sort of go through and see the detail here. This is this particular aircraft is a civilian one, done up in as you can see, looking like a Welsh dragon. And a very appropriate airfield we're operating from today, by the way. We're going to be operating out of Carnarvon Airport in beautiful Wales. So I figured a very appropriate colour scheme and a very appropriate airport to go and visit for this little review today. So as you can see, yeah, we've got the beautiful thing. It's got the very nice, it's got a nice low set wing. You've got the horizontal engine there driving a 3-blade propeller. Your fixed undercarriage and just the detail that they've actually gone to in this is just, seriously, Iris I really believe is one of those developers that, Dave and his team at Iris, one of those team developers that really, you know, I'm struggling, I always struggle to find fault with their models, I really do, because it's just they just put so much detail to work. You know, yes, it isn't. You know, it's not every day we see a release from them, and yeah, and their releases aren't cheap. But I tell you what, you get some amazing quality work when you do invest in some of their stuff. So, absolutely amazing here. So, all right, what we're going to do is now we've had a look at this beautiful exterior of this low-winged wonder. This beautiful sort of private, sort of slightly aerobatic, to +3 and -6G. We're going to have a look at that, and then we're going to jump into the office, and we'll have a look at that as well. Alrighty, so here we are in the office. Let's have a look here. So you've got this, again, beautifully detailed and textured interior here as well. Now, this aircraft's a little interesting, actually. Now, it is primarily a 2-seat trainer. Now, most aircraft, as we all know, you normally, as a pilot, you fly it from the left-hand seat. But as you can see, we're in the right-hand seat. Now, interesting enough, as it is a trainer, primarily designed as a trainer-type aircraft, you will find that the pilot and any sort of the instructor, and also whenever you're doing solo flights in this aircraft, it's designed to be flown from the right-hand seat instead of the left. So it's normally, you know, we sit here as the instructor, and then our victim of a trainee pilot will sit over there. Right, but obviously they bailed out for now. So yeah, we've got this beautiful bit here, all the little fun stuff we see here now. So we'll have a look at some of the panels. So yes, the view from, of course, from the trainee's perspective. Going here, so we'll have a look at their panel. Now, interesting enough here, there is a GPS unit in here, but it's not it's not the GPS units that we're sort of very familiar with, the big, you know, pictorial gauges and stuff like that. It really is just, this aircraft is primarily designed for VFR, not really there for IFR. It can be done, but it's primarily there for VFR. And it is just a very, very basic GPS unit that we've got in here. So I'll just quickly click that one on. It literally shows you you're here, your time, and that's pretty much about it. You do have a couple of modes you can switch through, so you can go through what your nearest airports are, and you can put a flight plan in, but it's not the sort of graphical interface that you are normally used to in a FSX GPS system. Then of course we've got, oh, wrong way, there we are. And we've got our usual plans here, there, so we've got our instrument lights, landing lights, all the usual fun stuff that we see here. Now, very nicely detailed Bendix radio stack, so it's not just cloned as some developers sort of cheat and sort of just clone stuff out of the default, but again, beautifully maintained, beautifully articulated and designed, and just looks spot on for aircraft I have seen. And of course we've got the main flight displays for the instructor here, so they're all steam gauges. Some versions of the Grob do have a semi-glass cockpit, though it is not something that is featured in this particular variant of it. And of course you've got your traditional nav GPS navigation button down there as well. So there we go. Alright, well, I think that's enough of me waffling along and sitting here on the ground. Let us close our canopy up. Come sliding across there. Latched closed, there we are. And let us taxi down to the runway. And we shall depart. Alright, check our free and clear. As I said, this beautiful visibility that's afforded by this huge large canopy is really something that you definitely value when you're doing sort of training and all that kind of fun stuff, and just generally enjoying the sights and the scenery. Alright, so we'll just taxi down here, taxi out, and taxi down to our runway. I think the winds like they're coming from the north, so I think we'll use the 02 for our departure here. So yes, the Grob Tutor, or the Grob G115, is the brainchild and a development of a German company, Grob Aerospace, they've previously been known as well. And they've sort of supplied to quite a few flying clubs throughout Germany and the UK. The Grob started with the G115A, which had a slightly differently designed tailplane and tail section. And then it was later evolved into the 115D. Now, it was then selected by the Ministry of Defence in the UK, which is probably where it is most famous. It was would be operated as a entry-level sort of basic trainer, but more as an air experience thing. So, previously operates with the University Air Squadrons and the air experience flights. So these are crewed sort of by RAF Reserve and RAF pilots, and then they work with the University Air Squadrons, so it's like the air training course sort of thing, so you can actually get some flying hours up and some flight time going on as well. So in civilian life, these are known as the 115D or the D or the E models. The D models, there's only ever actually 6 of them in civilian life. There were a few more used by the Royal Navy for some of their sort of basic sort of entry-level training. However, primarily, they were just the military. The private sector ones, there's only 6 of them, all operated by Tayside Aviation. Funnily enough, one of their aircraft is actually depicted as one of the aircraft that you get as part of this. Alright, so we'll drop our flaps for takeoff. Lights on. Run up the engine, and I'll cover on a bit more waffling once we get in the air. Brakes off. Let's go. You know, one of the things I must say is, just sacrifice. She's a little finicky on takeoff, but it's good. Tricycle undercarriage, you do feel it. Airspeed climbing a little bit, jumping around the gauge. Pull back. Oh, beautiful, beautiful light hand on the stick. She is very touchy, but you know what? She is, she's so stable. You know, you can definitely feel why this aircraft is chosen as sort of like a basic, air experience and University Air Squadron type training aircraft, because it's just so stable. Right, now let me just turn off our landing light. There we go. Yes, there is an absolutely beautiful aircraft. It's just so she just looks majestic, and this particular paint scheme as well just really, it really sort of sets the aircraft off. It really does, and it is, as I said, it is known as a little bit of an aerobatic one, primarily more for its role as a trainer, as an air experience. But she's just so stable, and she just feels so nimble. You know, I'm just going to take it for a bit of a spin there. Oh. And yeah, she's designed to sort of recover and have those sort of fairly placid flight characteristics for, you know, if a student or instructor or an aerobatic pilot delivery wants to put it in a spin, it is fairly easy to recover as well, which is something that's you always want to know that you can do. So there you go. But primarily the aircraft that's modelled in this is the later variant, the E variant, which is also known to the MOD as the Grob Tutor Mark 1. So these aircraft are for private sector, but they do wear Royal Air Force colours when they're operated by the University Air Squadrons and the Air Experience flights for the Royal Air Force, and also for the Army Air Corps and for the Royal Navy as well, in all their training, various training and entry-level squadrons. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, this is just, oh, it's just so good. And the sound of that little engine, just, oh, and you just really get the feel that, you know, this is it is a very stable aircraft. So alright, I'm going to climb a bit of altitude here because I do want to try the spins. Alrighty, so we've gained a bit of altitude, just under the clouds base there, and we're going to check our spin recovery procedure so we know what to do when I do start the spin. So it's close the throttle, centralise the ailerons, apply full rod to oppose yaw rate, push control column forward as necessary until rotation ceases. Rotation ceases, centralise rudder and recover from the dive. Alright. Let's see how we go with this. Alright. Anybody bets are going to make a balls up for this? Probably. Alright, let's give it a go. Yep, that qualifies the spin. Well, that wasn't probably a full spin or anything like that, but you know what? It definitely shows how docile this aircraft and how you can recover from it. And I just love the way the aerodynamics have been captured with this. Oh, it's great. Just the detail that's here. Just, you know, as we're looking here, as we're turning a little bit as we head back towards Carnarvon. Oh, just the detail that's been gone through it here is just absolutely incredible. It really is. So, oh, great aircraft. Okay, so as we head back towards Carnarvon for a landing, let's have what I think. Okay, what do I think? Well, I think if you don't get this, if you like your sort of smaller GA, sort of lighter aircraft, and you don't get this, you're doing yourself an absolute disservice. You really are. This aircraft is an absolutely amazing representation of the aircraft. It feels right, it looks right, it just, oh, I'm absolutely loving it. I really am. It's just got this beautiful shape to it, and yeah, you know what, I've always enjoyed, you know, I'll admit, you know, it's an Australian design, Australian company, so you know, bit of credit there, but you know what, they've always done amazing work, and this is really definitely no exception to that rule at all. So yeah, loving this thing. Thank you very much to Iris for the review copy. Thanks very much, guys. As I said, I definitely, at the moment, I cannot fault it. It is absolutely amazing. I'm absolutely in love with it. Really cool. Great selection of paint schemes. As I said, it's got the ones used by the University Air Squadrons. It's got a couple of private ones in the UK, such as this one here, the Welsh Dragon. It's also got and the Tayside one, which is the Delta model, and also, of course, has an American registered one there, which is part of the Pegasus Air Display team. So yeah, there you go. Well, as we come into our final landing here at Carnarvon, I definitely think that this is a title that you should definitely be considering. I am absolutely loving it. Come in here. Let's gently bring it down. And there we are. Oh, absolutely beautiful. And none of the sort of, you know, kicking that a couple of the other Iris sort of GA and lighter aircraft tend to get for some reason. So absolutely amazing. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful aircraft. I'm absolutely loving it. Definitely think you should definitely consider getting it. So yeah, this is available now from irissimulations.com.au, or of course available from your favourite flight sim retailer. Well folks, thanks very much for tuning in and watching my first little experience and review of the latest release from Iris Simulations, the Grob Tutor or G115. Don't forget, as always, you can like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and you can also find me on Facebook and Twitter for all the other things that I'm up to between these videos. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching, take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.